All right, so you're going to be doing an activity today that's going to simulate the discovery, the finding of the discovery, that finally answered the question Alfred Wegener could not answer. If you will recall, of course, through our discussions over the last several days, we've been talking about continental drift. Just his idea, Wegener's idea, that all the continents at one time used to be assembled into this large supercontinent that he gave the name Pangaea. He never professed to know how. He just said, this is what I think happened because look at all this data, look at all this evidence that I can share with you. Well, he was pressed on it. Wegener, how did it happen? How did it happen? He came up with some ideas, but those ideas were not great. He could not offer a suitable explanation, a scientific explanation about how it might have happened. Well, because he couldn't do that, of course, we know the story, right? They just boot him out of the scientific community altogether, right? And they're like, just go back to being a German meteorologist, go back to your polar studies, get in your hot air balloon and fly away. Leave the geology to the geologists is what they're essentially saying. Okay, well, and so because of that, for probably 30 years, if not longer, his entire theory is pushed to the side. No one's talking about it. No one's reinvesting time in it. They're just, it's gone. For all intents and purposes, it's gone. Well, as discoveries often are, unintentionally, something is found in a place where Wegener could never have looked. The ocean floor. And scans of the ocean floor would reveal something wondrous, something no human being had ever seen, and it changed the face of geology and humans' understanding of the earth through time. And you are about to simulate the finding of this discovery today. You see this picture right here, a boat scanning the ocean floor, okay? You are going to replicate this idea using some tools here in class. So let me show you where to go and what this stuff is going to look like. All right, here is our friend Box. Every two of you will receive a box like this. You see across the middle of the lid, there's a blue line with holes punched into it, and every other one is labeled with a number. Start at 0 on the left, and you work all the way through to 42, but most of these go to 44, okay? You are going to replicate a boat signal, a radio signal, radar signal, from the boat, and it's going to actually, by use of this bamboo skewer, and you're going to put this skewer into, and as far down into the hole as it goes until it hits something, okay? I shall demonstrate. But before I get there, I need to show you this. See, there's things in there. Before we start sending down the bamboo skewers, there's stuff inside all the boxes, okay? What you and your partner need to do is you need to arrange all the stuff in the box underneath this blue line inside the box so that when you put the bamboo skewers in each of these numbered positions, the bamboo skewers will hit different things, okay? And this is what's going to make this really cool. So make sure you put all that stuff, okay, carefully set it up inside your box along and under this line, okay? And then you're going to leave your box right there. You and your partner are going to trade places with the people next to you. So you're going to work with their box, and they're going to work with your box. The lid stays on. No peeking. No cheating. Okay? Lid stays on, right? But you will actually be able to graph a picture, hopefully, of what's inside their box without taking the lid off. And this is what the discoverers saw, the scientists and military officials saw when they were scanning the ocean floor. They saw these pictures and it blew their mind. Okay, now watch. Let's pretend I put all the things in here. Okay, I first start at hole 0, and I will carefully and slowly insert the skewer until it hits something. And I can't push it down anymore. Don't force it, don't be rough on these, but I can't push that down anymore. So here's what I do. I grab the skewer where it meets the box. See right here? I'm grabbing it where it meets the box, and I will slowly take it out. Slowly take it out of the box. So this is, and don't move your fingers. Don't move your fingers. This is how much bamboo skewer I need to work with. Now here's what I'm going to do with that. Don't move your fingers. Okay? You and your partner, you have a ruler, right? So in centimeters, which is probably this way, okay? In centimeters, that's these numbers, okay? I'm going to measure how much of the bamboo skewer went into the box. So this is about 16 and a half, okay? 16 and a half. Great. Here's what I'm going to do with that information. Every skewer that I send into the box, I am going to record data. So this was at position 0. This document is in your Schoology, by the way. So at position 0, I put the bamboo skewer in that box, and it traveled down 16 and a half centimeters, okay? But because we're measuring below the water surface, because remember, we're the boat, and the boat is sending signals down, and they're bouncing back up to the boat and telling the boat what's under there, and then they're sending another signal down, then they're sending another signal down. So we're replicating the boat. So we're measuring everything below the surface, or below 0 feet of elevation. We're measuring below 0. So guess what? Our y-axis is going to be negative. So all of our depth numbers that we're going to plug in this column, like the 16 and a half, that's actually going to go in as a negative 16.5. Oh, I have view only access on this. You will be able to access it, no problem. But let's pretend I typed in negative 16.5 right here. If I put another skewer in at spot 2, I put another skewer in and it only goes down, it goes down like this. I pull that up and I read that and it's like, and I measure that and it says like 8 centimeters. Well, then I would type that in as negative 8. So all your blue columned data will be negative. And then what that's going to do is it's going to actually draw a graph live in front of your face and present for you a picture of what's inside that box without you taking the lid off. Now, don't get cheeky, okay? Leave the lid on, put your bamboo skewers in all the way, all the numbered holes down to 44, and then and watch the graph get built right in front of you, right? When that part's done, I understand, you're all curious, right? You may carefully take the lid off and look in there and see where all the things are. But I think what you'll find is your graph will do a really, really good job of actually drawing the upsies and downsies of what's going on inside the box. Okay? And that really is what revealed to researchers the secret that Wegener needed in order to be able to prove not only the what that he was trying to answer, but the how. Okay? It's cool stuff. Then after this activity, now that you'll have this activity, you'll have this experience, you'll have experienced the phenomena of simulated radar signals giving us a picture of what's going on underneath the water surface. Then you're going to be able to go back to your book and work on a couple of pages to get all these ideas out and to make sense of them and to talk with your crew and to collaborate on some findings and gather the information and write it down and draw some pictures and look at some images and then go, does this still make sense? Let's write this down again. And we'll do it in an orderly way. We always do, right? Okay. So look, I really appreciate you. You're making my life a whole lot easier and letting me be home with my son today so he can continue to recover from his surgery. Thank you for not giving me one more thing to worry about. Okay? I really appreciate that. You're making my life easier, and I am grateful to you. So continue to be those great people you are, and I will see you on Monday. All right? Okay. Bye-bye.